The fuck is up, faithful viewers of Opinions Mostly Podcast, aka when I say faithful viewers, I mean Celine, my wife, and my dad probably. Thank you guys for watching. Sitting directly across from me, the one and only Joe, Rich Boy, the Troll, Scholarage. We're gonna call him the Troll.
Glad to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Joe, I just want to say you're earning that new nickname, the Troll, because that's literally what you are, a troll.
It took you how long have we known each other? Damn near 10 years. It took you 10 years to finally figure that out?
I think I always knew deep down. I got like 50 trolling like Instagram messages, just scripted, all this kind of bullshit, and the notifications out the yin yang, and I was like, oh my god, he's a troll. You know what?
Okay. Time to set the record straight here. God damn it. I spam my friends with Instagram posts and memes because I care for them. And I want them to be full of life and entertainment in their life, no matter how good or bad it might be. They'll always know they can go to any social media feed and there will be a meme waiting for them to laugh and chuckle at. That came from me. They'll give them 10 seconds of fun in their life.
No, I mean, I kind of respect it, except I'm tired of seeing like, you know, all the Trump and then the shit jokes. That's like all you send me. No,
just be happy that I don't send you the corgi stuff.
Oh, you do that too. Don't forget. Thanks for reminding me.
There's certain people I send more corgi stuff to than yourself. So
you're like, oh, a little loaf of bread. I'm like,
look at the little fluffer. Oh,
that's the corgi's ass, Joe.
Look at the little fluffer.
You're talking about eating the corgi's ass like a loaf of bread? I don't need that shit. Oh God, unreal.
Unreal. And then look at the little fluffer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a lot.
This is the calendar from last year. Look at all the corgis.
Dude, bro, put that away. You're just embarrassing yourself at this point. Holy shit. Okay, all right. Let's actually do some work here.
I mean, that's like a real life exposition of me spamming Nick with a bunch of memes.
Yeah, I know. You need a corgi. You need an actual corgi.
I need a loaf of bread. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe page for Joe.
Oh gosh,
get him a corgi. Joe, dude, it's the best weekend of all in football season. Let's go, dude. The Pro Bowl, baby.
Nick, we talked about this last year. We're gonna buy some tickets and get to the Pro Bowl, man. What the hell happened? We spent some money on some stupid ass Green Bay tickets. I forgot.
No. What it was I'd rather spend $12 on a beer than $12 on a Pro Bowl ticket, because what the hell? What the hell is a Pro Bowl, anyways? Who cares? Joe, look, everyone knows that the Pro Bowl has been slacking and like on a downtrend, and nobody really gives a shit, right? I mean, it's like training camp essentially, you know, except they try to have fun, make fun games out of it, right? That's cool. We all know the AFC is going to win, right? Because they already won.
Well, they got Tyler Huntley. I don't know.
Oh, dude, look out. Joe, how do you feel about the Pro Bowl? What are your opinions?
No opinion.
Yeah, that's absolute garbage. All right, and let's just move on. I hate the Pro Bowl. No one likes it. Nobody watches it. It's a joke. It was all a joke from the beginning.
But it really just started, I'd say, within the last 10 years. I mean, I remember watching this clip of Jeff Saturday when he played for the Packers.
The man, yeah.
I think that was his last year in the NFL, right? Was it the Packers?
No, didn't he? He went to the. Or did he end at the Pack? I don't know. I don't know Jeff Saturday.
He played like 1 or 2 years with the Packers before he retired. After he moved on from the Colts, and then this was the time when Manning was in Denver for those last 3 years. And I remember during a Pro Bowl, there was one play where Jeff Saturday played center.
Oh, yeah, and he switched teams.
Exactly. And I remember, not to be that guy, but if you break down that clip even further, you can see Jeff Saturday. It was a run play. It was a run formation through the 3-gap on the right side. And if you watch that whole offensive line, they're actually blocking the shit out of the defensive line. Like they're actually putting effort into that play, and they were taking it seriously, which I think we can applaud for sure.
This will be the last snap between Saturday and Manning, who of course played together all of those years in Indianapolis. Should be a clean exchange, don't you think?
Let's hope.
And it is, and it's a simple running play with Foster, and he doesn't go anywhere. But there it is, Jeff Saturday, one last snap with his great buddy, Peyton Manning.
That's awesome. Now that's what the game should be about. And they played the play hard. You know, Jeff Saturday came off and blocked probably because he knew Al Michaels was going to call for a replay.
Yeah.
And I think, since that, I think that was like the last year that the Pro Bowl was competitive, where the offensive line actually pass blocked, pass protected,
Well, now it's flag football.
Now it's flag football. And the issue is because the Pro Bowl has different set of rules where defense can only play certain formations and stuff. And I mean, here's the thing is like, if the NFL cares about safety, then obviously those regulations need to be put in place. And then if the NFL cares about safety, then that's why we're playing flag football at this point, I remember that one play, Nick, where it's like, I forget, but it was like a punt return, and that the punt return got completely knocked the fuck out on the sideline in the Pro Bowl.
No, I never watched the Pro Bowl.
It's a YouTube clip. I'll put that clip in the.
Yeah, throw it up.
A lot of it. Brian Mormon is going to fake it on the run, and he's going to come up short. Sean Taylor. Phil, you.
But people actually used to take pride in the Pro Bowl, and it was like an honor to be a Pro Bowler. But now it's just that been decimated at this level. And part of the reason is because it's held before the weekend of the Super Bowl. It used to be held after the Super Bowl, and like people like Tom Brady and Peyton Manning would play in the Pro Bowl after coming off of a Super Bowl win or loss.
Yeah, actually, Joe, since we're here, let's just do facts entirely right now. Let's shake up this. Let's just do improv show anyway. So,
all right,
what do you got? What's your fact?
Facts entirely. Well, like coming off of the heels of what I just said, 1970 and 2009, between those glorious years of America, Americana. No, the Pro Bowl was held the weekend after the Super Bowl, and I remember I was watching ESPN Get Up, and this is when Tom Brady retired out of the blue, and so now all the programming shifted to talking to Tom's old teammates, like what's his name on Get Up? I forget his name. His old teammate, the middle linebacker. He's like, it was the Pro Bowl. We were in the Pro Bowl after coming off of a back-to-back Super Bowl win, and right before so he said back then they used to announce the Pro Bowlers by team on the come out, and right before the Patriots were announced, Tom Brady said, no one's ever won 3 in a row before, and his Patriot teammates are looking at him like, Tom, we just came off of a Super Bowl win. Can we not just enjoy this glorifying moment? He's already thinking of back to back here.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It goes to show that like all these all-stars and all-pros used to play in the Pro Bowl while it was held the weekend after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that makes more sense because they're not going to obviously risk injury and then before the Super Bowl, right?
And well, here's the thing, from the NFL perspective, I kind of understand why. I fully understand why they have the Pro Bowl on that bye week between the AFC, NFC Championship game and Super Bowl. Just that, that weekend is empty as a filler. This is basically a filler until we get to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, it's to keep people interested still, even though
keep people interested, keep people engaged. But it's like at the same time, if you got people like Tyler Huntley, the backup for the Baltimore Ravens, somehow made a Pro Bowl when he only threw 2 touchdowns this season.
I wonder how much when they all meet up in the Pro Bowl, like how much all the players like talk and like it's kind of scheme. You know what I mean?
Scheme in terms of what?
Scheme in terms of like, hey, there's an open position over here. We really like hit it off, and like there's like all the politics and the inside.
Well, here's the thing: when before KD and Kyrie teamed up in Brooklyn in the NBA,
we got to talk about him.
There was there was video of them talking in the hallway before the All-Star game, teaming up.
Exactly, that's what I mean. There's like a lot of, and as you know, Arian Foster already told us that the NFL is all scripted, anyways. So,
yeah, it's all scripted.
So obviously, someone's got to be writing the scripts.
Devontae Adams, after getting his script for this year,
yeah, it's like, what is it like? In the third week, you're going to get a hamstring injury. Oh shit!
Well, by the end of the season, you're losing your best friend and quarterback on the team.
No shit. It all makes sense now. I
Man.
totally get it.
Russell Wilson after getting his script. Wait a minute, I'm losing in Denver?
Wait, I suck. Wait, I suck every year.
The Rams
right.
getting their script off of winning the Super Bowl. Everyone gets injured? No.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Speaking
But
of,
I think the point just shows it's like no one takes it seriously. And then
yeah.
Josh Allen, who's tweeting he's backing out of the Pro Bowl because of some kind of injury, but he's just going fucking golfing down in Pebble.
I just want to move past the Pro Bowl. No one gives a shit. Okay, let's talk about something else.
I'm locked in on this, man.
Let's talk about the sand where Tom Brady stood and when he announced his retirement, going for $100,000 right now.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, there's a jar of sand that a guy went. He pinpointed the location where Brady was at, jarred the sand, and selling it. I think it's on eBay for like $100,000.
Did Tom Brady shit there or something? I mean,
no, but that's where he announced his actual retirement, dude. Some dude's gonna pay that money for some sand. That's crazy.
Just like
how much would you pay for a jar of Aaron Donald sand?
A few $100,000.
No. I double that money, baby. No.
Double or nothing. Nothing. Who the fuck cares? I mean,
there's gonna be some people out there that are gonna like follow around these football players when they go to the beach, like scoop up the sand. This is where he sat when he ate a ham sandwich.
This reminds me of that scene from Ted 2 when Ted and
Mark
Wahlberg's character they break into Tom Brady's house to try to get his semen.
Yeah. I guess Tom Brady's just that valuable.
And he throws Ted out the window. A perfect spiral.
He's just that valuable.
I mean, you got these fanatics out there that just don't, like you said, they're gonna follow these NFL players.
Yeah. It's 100,000, I think.
I can understand the memorabilia, like when last year when Tom Brady threw that touchdown pass to Mike Evans in the playoff game against the Rams, and that was like his quote unquote last touchdown he was ever going to throw. I can get that, people betting on that, buying that, and wanting to collect that, but just like the rest of society, things are just getting out of hand.
Yeah. I mean, there's no need to pay $100,000 for a jar of sand.
What was it? So like at Disneyland, the Zippity Doo Dah ride. What's that ride?
Zippity Doo Dah, Zippity Day. Oh my, what a wonderful day.
What's that ride called, man?
I don't. Celine, what's the Zippity Doo Dah ride called? Spock Mountain? Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain, yeah. I mean, did you see they allegedly they're going to be shutting down Splash Mountain for good and retransforming it because it's not politically correct? And
I saw something like that, but Disney's already doing that.
People are scooping up water and selling it for $5,000 a pint.
Ooh, I'll drink that shit.
The same thing. They're like, oh yeah, this is allegedly water from Splash Mountain.
This will make you live forever. It's the fountain of youth, bro.
Check Celine's bank account. Make sure she doesn't bet on that water.
What the fuck is this? No, $10,000 on eBay. No.
You accidentally drink it without knowing.
Forever. Yeah, just a jar. What's this? No, it probably smells like chlorine and piss. So
probably, yeah. And female.
Talking about piss. Carr's been approved to talk to other teams.
I mean, he should have been like when he came out in the Pro Bowl and said what he did. It's like I can't talk to anyone yet. Like fuck. Dude.
The Raiders remind me of a jealous ex-girlfriend. Like,
yeah,
if I can't have you, no one will until I say you can go talk to other people.
I full on agree with you on that.
I'm gonna hold you forever, baby.
They already said he's not gonna be on the team next year. So why wouldn't they allow? And then he's got that no trade clause in his contract, so he has to go somewhere he approves. So maybe that's why because the Raiders know they'll probably be getting pennies on the dollar if he has But I mean, it sounds like you're getting rid of him for sure. I mean, you're definitely getting rid of him. I mean,
yeah, he's gone.
What are the Raiders doing? So allegedly, the speculation was that Tom Brady was going to maybe come there, but did they draft the quarterback? Did they go for Jimmy G?
I mean, they're going to take Rodgers. Didn't you see that? Rodgers was golfing.
About Rodgers,
yeah. And he said, "Tell Devontae to buy me a house." Like, either he's already going there, or all he needs is the house. I think the Raiders organization can make that happen.
I'm still putting my money in the Jets Bowl for sure. I think the Jets will. I think the Jets are going to make a hard push to get him. They got his predecessor Brett Favre, so they're going to get his
That's
successor.
why he won't do it though. He's not going to follow in Favre's footsteps.
But so I hear you on that, but this is a lot different. You and I both know this is a lot different situation when Favre went to the Jets. Favre went to the Jets out of the fluke because, well, they definitely wanted to get him out of the NFC. I understand that, but the Jets team that Rodgers is going to is a lot better than that Jets team that Favre went to.
Yeah, but you could also say the Raiders are the same thing, right? You guys are always bragging about Josh Jacobs and his successes, and Devontae was his man. So, like,
Yeah, I know, but Devontae left that situation to go to a better quarterback situation, which we already talked
yeah,
about.
exactly.
I just I don't know. I don't see it for sure.
I don't know. Hey, just check the script. Where's the script? It's already written.
I don't think the script for next year has been written yet. That's the thing.
Dude, I need this script so I can just place bets that win every time. Dude, we'd be rich right now. This is fucked up.
Kind of like Back to the Future, the sports almanac that predicts every all the scores of every game from 1955 to 1985.
It's unreal, bro. All right, Joe. I just want to keep moving. I like this. I like this unscripted, just raw dogging it. Okay, dog.
I still got Rodgers going to the Jets, man.
I know.
I'm with Mike Greeny and everyone on the Get Up panel. He's going to the Jets.
Yeah, well, that's all hype and it's wrong. It's incorrect. So, speaking of crazy, like you, Antonio Brown claims former teammate James Harrison caused his CTE and super aggressive behavior. Obviously, we know he's unstable. Do we blame it on his concussions?
Well, I blame it on that. Well, I mean, the internet kind of figured out this script. Didn't he start losing his mind when he got hit by the Bengals player, that linebacker? You remember that?
He's claiming James Harrison did it to him.
No, Vontae. Yeah, I'm saying Vontae is Bursic. I mean, the internet figured it out. That's when he started going crazy, when he got hit by Vontez on that Bengals hit.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, either way, it's because he got hit, right, by somebody, because he's saying James Harrison.
I mean, everything Antonio Brown says, I take with a grain of salt, because this guy is, in my opinion, he's bipolar. He's got mental issues, and he's passive aggressive.
So it's more than just the CTE.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you see how fast he soured on Tom Brady? This guy took him into his home, had him sleep in the guest house or in the guest room until he finally got situated in Tampa. Won a Super Bowl ring. I mean, after the Super Bowl, he was he seemed like a legitimate player. He's very humble. He's talking about the blessings he had. He's counting the blessings, and he was shouting out, giving credit to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers organization. And then next year, remember against the Jets, he's like takes his chest pads off and his jersey. He's like hyping up the crowd while he's jogging off the field. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It'd be pretty severe, and not a lot of other NFL football players have acted that way, and they get hit in the head a lot too. You know what I mean? Like even retired NFL players. I think it's a blame game.
It's a blame game, and I also think it's an ego thing with him too. I think he's got this big ass ego.
Yeah, he doesn't. He wants to be a villain, but then when he is a villain, he doesn't want to be a villain anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I can give two shits about Antonio Brown. I mean, he's got a lot of issues he's got to work out and figure out on his own. But then the problem is he's got so much money. You remember going to the Raiders and he was documenting everything? You remember when it was announced he got cut and he runs around in his grandmama's backyard and shit, celebrating?
Yeah, and when he throws furniture off balconies. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he does that's just crazy.
Can you imagine, though, that hookup, though, Antonio Brown and Derek Carr? I mean, you don't like Derek Carr, but
yeah, right.
Regardless of how you feel, he's a better quarterback than you give him credit for.
That's why it's opinion.
Raiders would have been lethal for sure, and they gave up 2 first rounders or a first and a second for him.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What else you got for me? What else are you gonna shoot my way?
Yeah. You want me to shoot something else your way? The NFL. They said there's been 149 confirmed concussions during the 22 season, which is up 18% from last year. Are you surprised?
It's a physical game. It's a physical game. What do you expect?
Do you think that the NFL is doing a good job of controlling that physical game?
Well, it's hard to say when they add an extra game to this regular season and they talk about player safety.
I know, but do you like the extra game? Because I kind of do like the extra week.
I mean, from a fan standpoint, I don't mind. I
Right.
definitely enjoy it. But you got these players talking about player safety and stuff like that, but then they add an extra games in the season. And then look, I mean, I've been saying this for years. I feel like the NFL should start stripping down um, the safety equipment that they wear, like the helmets. I honestly think they should go back to the leather helmets that they used to wear in the 20s and the 30s, and here's why.
Yeah,
If you
tell
look
me
at
why.
the concussion comparison between rugby players and NFL players, rugby players are like a tenth of how
Yeah,
many.
but it's a different game still.
Well,
I
I'm going to
mean,
tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. It's a
I don't
different
know.
game. But here's the thing: rugby players wear a lot less gear than football players do. Correct? And
Yeah.
if you look at some of these tackles that people do, what do they tackle with? They just tackle with their helmet and just
The
jam right
shoulders.
into someone. You know what I mean? Shoulder
Yeah.
or the helmet, or the crown of the helmet. They'll just jam their crown right into a player.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why some of these concussions are happening. Or like someone will fall flat back, and
Yeah. Smack their head right there. Yeah.
whiplash on their helmet. I mean, there's not, the padding in the helmet is there, but you're still hitting the ground pretty hard with another layer in between that's causing
Yeah.
the whiplash. Rugby players, they wear no headgear at all. How many rugby players do you see tackling with the crown of their skull? None. It's
So you're
because
saying it's because they're protecting themselves more?
no, because they're wearing less protective gear. They have to learn how to physically tackle in the proper way instead of just using their gear like the NFL players do. NFL players use their gear to try and tackle someone, like you said, the shoulder,
Yeah.
helmet, or whatnot.
Yeah,
If
but
you
that's
take
not.
the helmet away, they're not going to lead with their head. They're not going to lead with their head if they
That's
take.
unrealistic, Joe. You'd be hard pressed to
They're
tell me
not going to.
otherwise.
They're not going to tackle with their helmet. They're not going to lead with their helmet if you take the helmet away from them.
I know, but that's a crazy
Guarantee it.
statement. That's crazy.
Guarantee it.
Hey, you sound like Antonio Brown. You need to calm the
No,
fuck down, bro.
no,
You're a
no.
little psycho on this.
And here's the thing: you can watch this compilation of rugby players get trucked.
Mhm.
Like they get trucked, like same way in the NFL. And rugby is just as physical, if not more, than the NFL, in my opinion.
I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna look something up real quick. You can keep talking your craziness.
I rest my case. I'm telling you, man. I mean, this is a legitimate thing, man. Here's the thing: you want to talk about players coming across the middle? I mean, when NFL players come across the middle and they get tackled immediately, they're the defender. If they're coming from the opposite side, they're leading with their helmet or their shoulder pad. That's what I'm saying. If you strip away, like in my humble opinion, maybe wear something.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna stop you right there. This just blew up your whole entire thing. In 2018 and 19, there were 166 match concussions. 166.
Mm-hmm.
There's 149 this year for the NFL. 166 for theirs.
Okay, how many concussions were there in 2018 for NFL?
Less than that because it said it was up 18%.
Yeah,
it was 149. So it'd be like 100.
I think you're pulling out a fluke here though. Give me a 10-year analysis.
It's literally the first fucking result that pops up.
10-year analysis, and we'll go from there.
I'm gonna have to look this up for wait.
In my humble opinion, I think you still wear the shoulder pads, and then you have the tailbone pad. I think you take away the quad pads, you wear the knee pads, and then you wear something similar to a leather helmet.
That's never going to happen. You're talking crazy, but I respect.
Well, they already do in the lingerie football league.
I respect your opinion, and that's why I watch that. That is the best league in the whole entire
NFL. They already do in the lingerie
reasons,
football
NFL,
league.
in the whole entire.
Don't tell me it can't be done.
History of football. Well, I guess we should just start talking about the lingerie league then. Maybe we should just switch. I don't even know the team names.
But to circle back around, the NFL doing the safety. I mean, of course, they're going to try and do everything they can for safety protocol, especially with the two situation this year. I mean, obviously they're going to do everything they can, but I think at some point there has to be a second bye week that's installed.
Well, that would be okay if they if they need it. But here's what I think should happen. Everyone plays in a giant bubble.
Oh, okay.
Joke. Like little bubbles,
No, yeah, I was
And you-
I was thinking like when the NBA went to the bubble.
Yeah, I know. You're talking
Okay.
about like COVID
Like, wait a
bubbles.
minute, what?
No, like in bubble boy bubbles, and then you can only get tackled when you get knocked out of bounds. That's how the ball stops.
I'd be curious how. That'd be interesting for sure. Well, how are you gonna block if you're an offensive lineman?
Yeah, you're just gonna keep running
How do
for
you
it.
get rid of the ball? How do you throw the football? How do you transfer the ball?
You have like a little hole in the top. You have to shoot it up into the sky.
Oh my
And they
god!
gotta run and get it. All right. A couple more things, and then I think we should
Your
wrap this
opinion
up.
is even worse than mine.
I don't know why NFL players keep doing this when they have the whole entire world in front of them. But Cardinals Marquise Hollywood Brown, he pled guilty to criminal speeding after reportedly driving 126 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. Bro, why? Why?
They got the money, they got the cars, they got the clothes, and then they got the hose.
That's
And
ridiculous.
after already being successful, they got the you know what I'm referencing here, right? That Drake song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want the
listening.
money in the car. Okay.
Drake's on the TV right now.
Look, I mean, when you become a rich, successful athlete, they just everything, circling back. Antonio Brown, the ego gets to them. They could just feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want.
I know, but I can't stand that self-destructive, like I'm a child thing.
You go down when you become a professional athlete, there's plenty of examples, and I'm going to list two of them. You go down one of two pathways. First off, please refresh my memory. Who was that biggest flop in the history of the NFL that got drafted to the Chargers, the quarterback?
The biggest flop.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Let me look him up real quick. Ryan Leaf.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, so he was drafted in the same draft class as Peyton Manning was.
Okay.
And the Colts had the number one pick. So the Colts interviewed both people. They interviewed Peyton Manning. He said, if we were to draft you at number one, what are you going to do? He said, well, I'm going to get a good night's sleep next morning. I'm going to fly out and start learning the playbook and try to get incorporated into the Colts offense, which is obviously the right answer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then they interviewed Ryan Leaf, who was taken by the Chargers number 2 or number 3, and he became one of the biggest flops in NFL history next to Jamarcus Russell with the Raiders. They interviewed Ryan Leaf. They asked him the same question. Ryan Leaf said, if I get drafted by you guys, I'm going to go out with my boys. We're going to party. We're going to get drunk. We're just going to have a good fucking time that night. That's what Ryan Leaf told the Colts management. And then that's why with Peyton Manning instead of Ryan Leaf.
It's genius. Great way to market yourself for a professional athlete job.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to take the next day to recover, and then I'll be on a flight coming out to Indianapolis to start learning the playbook.
Prime hungover form.
Yes. And then you see those two pathways, that these individuals have to make. And you're talking about life-changing money and a life-changing career, stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot of pressure to handle for sure. Hollywood Brown, who knows? Maybe he was just in a Lamborghini, just taking it for a spin. Who knows?
Yeah,
didn't kill anyone. I understand. Well, it's like Henry Ruggs. Like why you getting drunk in Vegas, driving 115 down Las Vegas Boulevard and killing.
Well, speaking to like the point that they have all the money and all the cars in the world and everything, why don't they just ship a car out to the middle of the desert and do it out in the middle of the desert where they won't get caught, they won't get fined, they won't hurt anybody? You know what I mean? They got money, especially in Vegas. You can just drive out to the desert,
Nick, the problem is you're using reason and logic.
Oh, that's right. Because I don't have millions of dollars yet.
I will say, I mean, all these professional athletes, when they get signed to a team, they're always given like a phone number or something to call. Oops, that screen went dark here.
Yeah. Like an Uber, except their own personal driver. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like this is for football, baseball, and basketball. They're like, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need a ride and you can't find one, or you're in a situation, you call this number. It's like a personal team chauffeur that's like on call 24/7.
Yeah. Shit, me and you and the boys would be at Top Golf all day, just like getting hammered, hitting balls, and be like, "Hey, come pick us up."
Yeah, I know, right?
every single day. That's our training camp.
It's a personal, yeah. Like no matter what time of the day, like every when you get signed to a team or team meetings, they're like, call this number if you ever need a ride or something. Like no questions asked, someone will come and pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
life
mean,
professional athlete, man. You know, you can say it about movie stars, musicians, artists. You can say it about anyone. Like they just the
just
money gets to them, the ego. I'm sure you see it every day at the Ryman or
oh,
every
dude, all the damn time.
like
It's a lot.
the request for the green room, like what they need in there and stuff like that.
The ledger. Yeah, I want to write a tell-all once I like retire. You know?
How many
Just be like, hey,
NDAs
just
have
so
you
you
had to sign?
know,
How many NDAs have you had to sign? You know?
not many actually.
Oh, okay.
I could totally just yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but
you
the
know
fact that you have to sign an NDA just shows like how needy these artists are. Like,
it's a gray area.
mm-hmm.
All right. Two more things real quick. I'm taking Peyton Manning as the coach of the year for the Pro Bowl. Just want to throw that out there. Guy's fantastic. You see him out there just clapping. And then second thing, switching to the NBA real quick. Guys, we have a lot of stuff that we're going to try to make this podcast better and keep improving. And with the football season ending, we got to get these topics going.
We're gonna follow the Pat McAfee methodology.
Layout. Yeah,
the layout.
method. Yeah,
We're gonna see what Pat McAfee does in the offseason. We're gonna copy it.
and we're just going to go for it. I was thinking we're going to throw up some polls and like do some questionnaires and then talk about those things. It could be something as simple as like, what kind of dish soap do you use? Dawn or whatever the other ones are. I don't even know because that's the one I use.
Well, here's the thing. I don't use Dawn to just clean my dishes. I also use it to clean my body. If it's good enough for the Ducks in the Gulf, it's good enough for me.
Hell yeah, dude. And that's why I always smell apple fresh. Anyway, so we're going to do that kind of stuff. But we're also still going to keep in touch with the NBA and the MLB and all these things. NBA now. Let's talk real quick. Kyrie has requested he wants a damn trade.
Fucking Christ.
This dude is off the rails. He's the Antonio Brown of the NBA, unfortunately.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I feel bad.
What?
I wanted to like the guy, but
What?
Take it away, Joe. Take it away. What?
What?
What kind of shit are you gonna throw in this guy?
Look, clearly I have the IQ of a goldfish, so obviously I shouldn't be speaking on this stuff, but
that's why I let you speak.
You know, sometimes I'll start a sentence, I don't know where I'm going with it, you know. There's no saying. I mean, well, here's the thing. So a couple of weeks ago, he asked for a 4-year extension with the Nets, and the Nets said, let's play out the season because we don't want to give you guaranteed money. Because as soon as you get the guaranteed money, you start taking time off and doing all these shenanigans and shit.
And they knew COVID was coming. It was a conspiracy and inside
No. I said a couple months ago.
Oh, I thought you said 4 years ago. I was like,
I'm sorry. I said a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. Make it a
I'm sorry. So, come on. Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
You're supposed to be the facts guy. No.
Facts. Anyway, and then, you know, Kyrie is balling out of control like he's supposed to be doing if he plays basketball on a consistent basis. He's playing like the Kyrie Irving that they're paying $36.9 million for this season. What? Anyway. And then he took that as a shot. And then conveniently 1 week before the trade deadline, he said, trade me. Personally, and it, you know, it's just, and here's the thing is like, he doesn't have a teams list. Obviously, he wants to go back and play with LeBron and shit and get on a championship competing team. I don't know why he goes to the Lakers because they're not even in the playoff spot. But meanwhile, the Kings are in third in the West, but that's not, that's not relevant right now. And then the Kings, you know, De'Aaron Fox got snubbed as an all-star, you know.
Well,
Charles
the Kings suck.
And everyone on the TNT panel is all up in arms about it. But anyway, that's
no. I've always been an Oakland Queens fan anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting. I think, well, in my opinion, the Brooklyn Nets should stand their ground and say, no, we're not trading you, and let him sit the rest of the season and say, fuck it. Because here's the thing. They did not trade for Kyrie. They signed him outright in the free agency. So in theory, if they lose in the free agency again, they don't lose anything. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I say no. I just say fuck you. No, fuck you. Like, I'm sorry, Kevin Durant's your best friend. You're just gonna leave him hanging? You know, there's just a lot of
shady.
It's hard to say.
Dick. Yeah.
And then here's
that is like Antonio Brown and Tom Brady.
Yeah, there you go. Very good equivalency. And here's the thing: is like the team that trades for Kyrie. I'm just assuming they're going to trade for him. Let's live in that world for a minute. they're gonna have to give up so much capital to get him.
Mm-hmm.
But then here's on the backside, that team they have to sign him to a 4-year, $90 million extension. And then the cycle repeats.
Oh yeah, right.
Repeats again, Who's to know? Who can Kyrie guarantee that he's not going to do the same shenanigans?
Right,
again?
right.
He's already got the guaranteed money. So, like, how can we guarantee that? So, and then on the B side, the flip side, if Brooklyn stands their ground and puts their dick out and says, no, we're not trading you. He already said that he already threatened that if he doesn't get traded, he's going to sit the rest of the season. I say, fuck it, let him. Who the fuck cares? And then you know what? I mean, you know what? That this all comes back to when the collective bargaining happens between the owners and the players.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm. It's all
there's going to be this Kyrie clause or this Ben Simmons clause, that people that force their way out of teams or refuse not to play. There's going to be this clause. There's going to be this situation the owner's going to bring up, like, we're paying these guys millions of dollars, and they're just voluntarily sitting out because they don't want to play for that team.
Yeah.
All this does is it sets up a huge showdown between the owners and the Players Association when the next collective bargaining happens.
Put a stop to insider trading, baby. You know what I mean? End that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean it's hard to stop the insider trading because when the Bucks needed to re-sign Giannis like 3 years ago, and then Giannis was on the second to last year of his contract, and then they were in the re-signing negotiation process. Giannis outright basically pulled his pants down and showed his dick to the team, said, sign me an extension.
Whoa, I'd have left the room. I'd have been like, shit.
What I mean by that is in the meeting room with the GM and the owner, Giannis literally opened up his phone and showed him all the players on his text list that were hitting him up to come and join them in a different team. So he said, you need to get me help or I'm leaving. Like he showed him, it didn't have the list of, it didn't say what players explicitly, but the NBA, unlike the NFL, it's a smaller league. All the players are a lot closer and tighter than the NFL, So that insider trading with the players is going to happen. We talked about it earlier in the episode where Kyrie and KD were just talking in the tunnel of the All-Star game to join up Brooklyn. NFL, I mean, you could do that to an extent if you're the upper echelon of players, like the wide receivers, running backs, quarterbacks and stuff, But it happens to a far lesser extent than the NBA.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to get money, and if you want to make alliances, isn't that the point in life is like to grow with somebody that's better than you or can help you? Which is why, Joe, I have to leave you. Actually, I got a new guy coming in.
Which is this is the way the NFL wrote the script, Nick. Or Joe. We're writing you off the show here.
So I'm getting a word from my producer. He's saying you're not part of the script anymore. You got to go. Joe, this has been fantastic. There's a lot of good information here. I kind of like the freestyle, just ball out. Go.
Hold on, we're missing a segment here. Shark Talk bet. Let's get a Shark Talk going here. Get the graphics.
There is no bet.
What?
It's Pro Bowl weekend. What am I gonna bet on?
Oh no. The over/under on how many steps people take in the game?
There'll be more than 20 touchdowns. No,
they're taking plus or minus 50,000 steps.
Probably more. Combined, all the players, they're just gonna be running.
Oh god.
No, there's no Shark Talk bet of the week. You know better than that. Come on now. Don't play dumb. Don't play dumb. Maybe in the future here we'll do some live. We'll read down the list and do some we could do MLB, NBA games, and just pick which team's going to win.
We'll watch a basketball game while it's going on, and we'll follow the picks.
Ooh, that'd be fun. That'd be actually good. Yeah, that'd be fun. I wonder what kind of rights we got to give.
To make that basket.
What kind of rights do we got to give for that, though? Holy shit!
Well, no. We just watch it and we talk about it on the stream. We don't.
Oh, so we're. I see. That's weird. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's weird.
That's the workaround.
Okay. All right. We can figure that out. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us on another installment of Opinions Mostly podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Opinions Mostly 4, the number 4 there. Watch on YouTube at Opinions Mostly. That's Opinions, Mostly. And email us at opinionsmostlypodcast@gmail.com.
And that's because we have 3 other Twitter handles, so follow the 4th one because the other 3 are full.
Follow the best one, yes. We're gonna throw up some polls and we can all vote and talk about some things. Let us know what you guys want to hear, what you guys want to discuss. Get involved, like, comment, subscribe, follow, blah 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 blah, all that fun stuff, guys. We appreciate you watching, and until next time, Joe, I guess we'll see you on the flippity flop.
We got one more football game to break down, baby.
Oh, yeah. The big one, dude. For all the marbles, as they say.
For all the marbles.
All right, guys. Take care. Much love.